What's happening, everyone? Nicky Hawkins back once again, West Ham Fan TV. Back with a post-match reaction. Dan will be with us in a minute. Liverpool 3, West Ham 2. Before we get into that, this video is sponsored by the One Football app, the app that keeps you up to date with all the scores, stats, facts, all the great stuff about football. The link is in the description down below if you would like to download that. It's a great app, and it's something I've been using personally for a long time. And thank you to the guys for sponsoring us on this one. I'll get up all the comments in a minute. If you do want to get involved, there's something scrolling across the bottom now. You could DM us on Twitter at West Ham Fan TV for the link to the live stream. We'll be getting people in the live stream. But let's just get started before Dan comes in. Scott, what did you think of tonight's performance?
Much better. You know, much improved from what we saw against City. We needed a performance tonight. You know, and I thought we got it. You know, the fans got a performance. The fans got something that they could say, yeah, you know, the boys leaving there tonight with that long drive back home are sitting there thinking, we've seen the game, we've been in the game, we've been in the game for 90 minutes. You know, we've caused them problems. Revert back to the City game, we walked away going, did we actually bother turning up? You know, so we needed a bit of a performance. We don't make the mistakes, the results go our way. The game's completely different. You know, results have gone our way over the weekend as well. So, you know, there's a lot of positives to take from tonight. That's how I look at it.
Well, you know, I would say the same. It's a good performance, but as I just said to you before, it's a type of performance where it just leaves you totally dejected. It's, you know, it's our own undoing, really. You know, and whether it be Brighton a couple of weeks ago when, you know, we were making mistakes, or whether it be Liverpool tonight, where, you know, the best team in the league, ultimately it's the mistakes that are costing you. Do you know what I mean? And it's just so disheartening, because we you know, they should be proud of themselves tonight. They should not be a point tonight where the guys go out there and think, oh, you know, we didn't do everything we needed to do to win. They did. It's just a couple of very individual errors, and I thought it was, you know, a point would have been a miracle, to be quite honest with you. But when we found ourselves 2-1 in front, I think it's I think it's just so disheartening. It's just so disheartening.
It's being in that being in that position of being in front at the time, you know, totally unexpected, and it's a sucker punch, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Your confidence is up. Yeah, Liverpool were getting on top, and you could turn around and say, well, they probably would have gone on to get the second goal anyway. But it's like you said, it's just the way we've conceded goals tonight. You know, even with the third one, I think again, lapse of concentration from players, marking players, and things like that. You know, it's just frustrating because we got ourselves in a good position and we blew it on individual errors, which has happened far too many times this season.
Yeah, I think so. There are a lot of positives to take tonight, rather than against Man City, where there was basically none. But the thing about it is, it's frustrating because we could have took this game to City. We could have took the game to City in the same vein that we did tonight. And look, now we've shown we can play. We've shown we can play, and you know, there's going to be no more excuses. There's no more hiding. We've got to put this performance in, week out. And if we have to, you know, if we have to grind out these results and dig in and fight, we've shown we can do it tonight. I think it was a good performance. Just individual errors cost us. Liverpool were all over us, but you're going to expect that. They're at home. They're top of the league. They're flying. But it wasn't the sort of dominant performance that we was expecting. It wasn't the sort of like roll over and get your belly tickled. It was actually people getting involved, actually showing some attacking intent, all of that sort of stuff. You know, let me take that banner off your head, Dan.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
We've got someone in the stream. Kingy, what you got to say, mate?
Hello, mate. What a performance! First and foremost, I don't think I've seen a performance like that for probably all season, to be honest. And don't forget, we're playing pretty much the champions elect. Liverpool are a fantastic side, and we gave it everything tonight. Antonio up front, the amount of work that man does across the line is unreal. And Haller come on, and I think we lost that little. I don't think he puts in it as much as Antonio does up top, which is unfortunate because he is actually an out-and-out striker, and our winger from non-league football is looking better than him. So it's a pretty tough one to swallow, but I'll take a lot of pride from our performance today, massively. No,
I think that's a good point. It is a performance to be proud of. It just starts to beg the question: where have these been for the last month or two? It's just disappointing, isn't it?
It's disappointing, but with the running that we've got coming in now, we've got City out of the way, we've got Liverpool out of the way. As you said in the stream earlier, Scott, we needed a performance tonight, and we've got that. And that needs to be the continuation of what we're actually going to go into now. Like, Brighton's a massive game now, and we're not the best against Brighton. Everyone thinks it's a God-given right that we beat Brighton most games we play them. I think I've been back home and watched 2 of their games, actually, and both times they've been unreal. Murray's another man that we've got to look at for that game. But all we wanted to see today was a bit of fight, a bit of grit, and I think we got that. Unfortunately for us, we had a goalkeeper that have kept us in so many games, make a mistake like that, and no one can blame him. And no one can blame our manager for that either tonight. That he can't. David Moyes cannot stop Fabianski letting the ball go through his legs.
Absolutely.
So, as a setup and formation today, I think he got it spot on. As I've said a million times, I thought he was a great appointment at the beginning. I don't think he's the right man for the job now, but he did do a job for us tonight, and he did set us up really well, I think.
You just got to say maybe substitution wise, maybe that's an area that you could probably criticise him at, and maybe bringing on a Bowen a bit earlier, who had a really great chance.
I mean, like I said after the City game, Dan, like Bowen 80th minute, 82nd minute today. I mean, as you said earlier, it's not long enough. And then he came on, and he's got something about him, the boy. I think he's got that movement. He's got that low centre of gravity where he can glide across you can just see it as he gets the ball. He wants to move forward, and that's what we need players like that, because we can't keep going backwards and forwards. I know there's a place in football for that, because sometimes it's better to play the way you're facing. Not always can go forward, but if you've got a player like Bowen, the way his sharp movements are, I think we've got a player in him, and hopefully it's not a player in the Championship, because we need to stay in this league, as I said last week.
Yeah, the way he drifted off from the wing, he cut inside for that chance that he got. That's something that we've been crying out for players to do all season. A lot of the time when we get the ball wide, the players stay wide and they don't try and make that run inside. So he looks like he's going to add something a bit different to what we've had all season.
Just one quick thing, boys, before I leave to go work. What do you think of Anderson tonight? All honesty, because I've had enough. I'm bored of watching him. It's like if a trick don't come off, he's not interested. And the more tricks he tries, the less interested he looks. Which I don't know. I don't know what you think, but
the thing is, I don't know whether I think it's a case of him being interested or not, because defensively, like we were saying, like he tracks back and he puts in that work, but it's like we were saying earlier, he tries to take the ball on. He hasn't got that, like Nicky was saying, that close control. The ball's always a touch or two in front of him, and I think that's his problem. He ain't got that. He needs space. He needs space to run.
Yeah, but
I'll give him. Sorry, mate. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt tonight because he's just coming back from an injury. But he hasn't been very good this season. I think he should have been bought off a little bit earlier for Bowen. I don't think bringing Haller into the fray that early was any good, really, because he just doesn't offer that same movement. He just doesn't worry the defenders enough. He doesn't give them enough enough to think about. You know, he's a very static striker. He's one of them guys. He's going to stand there. He's going to bring people into play. When you're in front, he's not really a guy that you want, you know, up there. You want Antonio, who's hustling and bustling and making them think a little bit. I think it should have been Anderson for Bowen.
He's so unco to watch. Antonio, for me, I love him, but he's so unco to watch up front. It's like Bambi on ice, and it's like he might get something, he might not, but he's entertaining, and he puts the fucking shift in. And unfortunately, Haller tonight, as the commentator said, which I'd rather listen to you boys today than the commentators, nightmare. But he said first shot Haller's had in 3 games. Not great.
42 million pound man.
And anyways, I'm going to go, boys. I've got a game tonight with a load of Liverpool fucking fans. It's going to be fun going back in that changing room. I'll see you later.
Have a good one, mate.
Take care, mate.
Again, I just think Ale is a square peg in a round hole. You know, as simple as that. I think.
I just think we needed more of a like for like change.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I get why he brought Hilaire on, but maybe we needed a like for like swap. Like he said, you know, bringing on Bowen for Anderson instead of Hilaire. It's you know, but
yeah.
But I agreed. I thought tactically, I thought we got it spot on starting wise today.
Yeah.
Compared to against City, I think he was completely wrong. But no, I thought he did get it right tonight.
Do you think he felt the pressure a little bit?
Who, Moyes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
For the week.
Yeah, I think that was a kick up the arse, because I think that Man City game, I think that was embarrassing. I just think the way we played, like without having any intent to try and get anything at that game, I think it was embarrassing, and I think he felt like, you know, I need to show something here.
The last time we played that defensively, well, there may have been other times, but I didn't really show anything. I think when we drew 0-0 at Chelsea under Allardyce, and Mourinho started complaining that, oh, you know, we parked like 10 buses on you know, at the edge of it. And that was the last time you could sit there and say we were that negative in the way we played. Quite funny that Mourinho then went on to play like that, but you know, it's
yeah, so there's something to this.
Yeah, but you know, it's
coming into the stream. Let me get Mike in first of all. Mike, how you doing, mate?
Hiya.
How you doing? What you got to say?
Yeah, not too bad. First of all, it's strange that I'm actually feeling angry. Like, going into this match, I was expecting us to get absolutely ruined, and yet coming out of it, I'm actually frustrated that we haven't got something, because in my opinion, that performance deserved something. I'm not saying all 3 points, although I would have loved that, but Liverpool weren't brilliant today. They put us under pressure, don't get me wrong, but really the 3 goals that they scored were all 3 individual errors.
Yeah.
And for me,
I think the last one would be a bit harsh, because it was just a big deflection.
well, yeah, I suppose it's more like, I suppose you could criticise him maybe for rushing out when he might not needed to, but then again, we've had a history of keepers who do that. But as and that, I think that's the kicker as well, because Fabianski has been so consistent, so brilliant for us all season, and yet the one game where we really seem to be up for it, it just seems to all kind of go to pot for him.
Yeah.
And I say, because that was the thing. We went into this game, I don't think anyone, not even West Ham fans, just anyone generally, expected us to get anything. I think the bookies had us as 16-1 for this.
Yeah.
And yet, you know, we've gone there and we've given them a proper game. And the one thing that I will say is that's how you lose a football match. If there is a way to lose a football match, actually go there, you know, give your all kind of thing. I said the only downside is, again, it's another slipping points from winning positions. I think that's 22 for the season now. And granted, you know, Liverpool, again, nobody expected us to hold on to that. But it's, even when we scored, I mean, the second goal, I started to believe a little bit around the 70th minute. But whenever we take the lead, I still don't feel comfortable that we're going to hold on to it. I think that's the big problem going into like the likes of Southampton and Brighton, because I love the performance, but I constantly keep worrying every time we score. I'm just like, well, when are we going to find a way to throw this away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the worrying thing about it. You know, we've seen it now so many times, especially this season, and you are sort of expecting it. You're waiting for it to happen. You know, like you said tonight, you're believing because we're in front, and you're thinking, yeah, we may do this, and then in the back of your mind, you just know that the habit that we've got this season of just chucking it away, and as I said during the game, we've done it against. You know, they're a different level to a lot of teams this season, but it's the fact that we've done it against teams like Brighton that's really the worrying thing for me going into this last run of 11 games, 12 games.
Yeah, and it was a problem under Pellegrini as well. It's like, and it's just carried on into Moyes, and that's again a worrying thing because Moyes was meant to really come in and change things up and make us a little bit more defensively solid and sound, and obviously that hasn't happened. It's just been, I think, a continuation. So maybe we've run a little bit more.
Well, that is the highlight. We'll go on to it.
No, I was just saying, it's worrying. It's the concentration levels of the players. You know, how can a manager address the individual players that are making the mistakes that are switching off at key times?
Yeah.
Don't think there's an easy answer to that.
Go on, mate. Sorry.
Well, the good highlight as well, though, is personally for me, I think Nokaki again at right back. For me, when he played against Liverpool at home, because I'm there, I'm Bobby Moore, and yet when I was watching that, I was saying to my dad, he played wonderful considering, you know, he's a kid coming making his debut against Liverpool. And again, I don't think he's done far too much wrong today. And so he was dropped after that home game against Liverpool. I think it was against Brighton, I think. So for me, he's got to start against Southampton.
Yeah, if he gets dropped again, I just don't know what to make of it. And again, Fornals as well as another player who should be starting.
It'd be a kick in the teeth if Ngakia gets dropped for the Southampton game, if I'm honest. There's no reason to. Said Zabaleta's a great professional, he's a decent player, but the kid's done nothing wrong to warrant being dropped out of the side.
Absolutely, Mike. We've got to cut you off there, mate. Thank you so much for your call. We've got a couple of people queuing up now. Thanks for your thoughts, mate. I appreciate it.
Cheers. Have a good one, fellas.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate.
This just in, we're apparently 17 subscribers off of 50,000.
Wow, absolutely fantastic.
So we might hit 50K on stream.
All right, let's get Dave in. Dave's been waiting for a week. Dave, how you doing, my friend? How you feeling after that?
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear us?
Dave? I'll come back to you, Dave. Let me get Jake in.
Technology's let us down.
Jake, how you doing, mate?
Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you want to say, mate? Jake?
Maybe it's us. Maybe we're the problem.
Oh, I just heard him just 1 minute ago.
No, but people can't seem to hear us. Can everyone hear us in the comments? I mean, I can hear you lot. Poor Dave. Well,
maybe you'll come back in. Dave, can you hear us now, mate?
Dave.
Hello.
Dave.
Hello. Dave. Dave, can you hear us?
He can't hear us. I can hear him.
I can hear Dave. Can you see us, Dave?
Give us a wave, Dave.
No, you're gonna.
We'll have another try in a minute. Let me remove him, and then maybe he'll join again.
Yeah, poor Dave, man. He's been waiting a week to get on this stream, and he gets on, and
I'll message him now. More get about Ngakia.
Yeah, so he's. But this is the thing with youngsters. I think when you need to start giving them the consistent run of games, you know, that's how you develop and that's how you build them. If you drop him in and out of the team, I don't think that's good for his development. Give him a chance. Give him a.
Well, that's the thing is, you're trusting this kid who's never been played first team football. You fry him in against Liverpool at a time when we're not playing great. Liverpool are on top form. He has a decent game. You know, all right, we lost the game, but he has a decent game. You drop him out the next week. And then straight away, Fredericks gets injured. You're frying him back in again.
Let's try Dave again. Sorry,
I'm laughing at all the comments.
Dave, can you hear us?
No.
Dave?
I can't hear a thing on here.
He can't hear us.
Oh, Dave.
I'm going to check out, guys.
Sorry, Dave.
Dave.
Jake, can you hear me?
Hello, I can hear you.
Right, brilliant. Thank you. We can hear you. The wonders of live TV. How you doing, Jake? What you got to say, mate?
I'm not too bad. Obviously, I'm a Liverpool fan, so I just wanted to give a point of view from the other side. I thought he caused us a lot of problems today. You probably, apart from maybe Man City, that a team that have given us a real go at Anfield.
Yeah,
and I feel Antonio caused us a lot of problems, and set pieces you look dangerous, but I think maybe run out of gas at the end. That's why we ended up getting the 3 goals. But I know maybe the second goal was a bit lucky with Fabianski, going for his legs. But I feel watching the game, a real game changer was when Haller came on up front and you put Antonio out wide. I felt the power through the middle went a little bit.
Yeah,
so it became a little bit easier for us. But I don't understand how you lot are in the bottom 3, because if you play like that against other teams, you'll pick up loads of points, really.
I think that's the problem, mate. We haven't played it like that against other teams. So
yeah,
I don't watch West Ham every week, so I don't obviously see how you.
Obviously, but you've seen a good performance from West Ham today. But honestly, if we'd have played like that every week, we wouldn't have been even near the position we are now. But no, I do appreciate it. I thought Liverpool, I think their power just showed in the end. I think I think, as you said, we run out of steam. I do think that the turning point was Haller coming on. I think that should have been Bowen for a like for like, just to give a little bit more. I don't know. He's a good goal scorer, Bowen. Give him a little bit more to think about. But look, it is what it is. At the end of the day, we have to. We just have to crack on. But congratulations to Liverpool. They're going to win the league, and I suppose
finally, it's been too long.
I suppose we just have to put our hands up and say, we've been beaten by the better team tonight, but we'll be proud of that performance. Yeah. But thank you so much for joining us, Jake. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem, mate. Let's get another one in. Elan.
Yeah, hi guys. Can you hear me?
Elan.
Yeah, mate.
Elan. Okay.
Yeah. So I wanted to speak a little bit about David Moyes. I've just got a feeling he's walking us into the Championship, because today was a bit of a change, but he insists playing this stupid formation of sort of 5 at the back with Masuaku, which he's just a liability. I mean, I've seen him play for Olympiacos in the Champions League against the club for where I live, and he was awful against mediocre players. So how is he going to be good enough for the Premier League? And year after year, he lets us down, he costs us goals, and Moyes just insists on playing in that formation.
But we didn't play that formation tonight.
Yeah, tonight was a change. The question is he going to continue, or is he going to revert back to type and go back to that formation when the players are available?
What do you think?
It's hard to tell with David Moyes. I think he will eventually go back to that formation. If we don't beat Southampton, he will revert back to type and sort of play play Cresswell as a centre-back, even though he's got Balbuena, or even Cardoza, if he doesn't trust Balbuena, and play him as a centre-back for some unexplained reason.
Dan?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I agree to say, I think that's the problem with Moyes, is because he chops and changes from that 5 at the back to 4. And that is a worry, to think that, okay, now we've seen, look, he's played a back 4 and it's worked. I wouldn't be surprised if that back 5 at a 3 at the back, or whatever you want to call it, isn't the last time we see that. So to me, he should bin that off completely for the rest of the season, but I wouldn't put it past.
It's just, I just think under Pellegrini, we've had a year and a half plan with 4 at the back. He never played 3 at the back. They've got so drilled in playing that 4 at the back that I just don't think it's the time. He was experimenting with it. He was experimenting with it in the cup, which I would never understand, because we was playing Gillingham, and he shouldn't be experimenting with 3 at the back. And then he sort of he has carried that through, especially to a few of the bigger games, and it just hasn't had the desired effect. I do agree with you there, but he's got to take a little bit of credit tonight, because he picked the team to be more attacking. We slated him the other night. I think it'd be unfair to sort of slate him the other night, then not give him his praises when he went for it.
Oh yeah, fair enough. He definitely deserves the credit for tonight. I still think he will go back to that formation. I mean, we saw it against Brighton. We were leading 3-1. We were dominating them, and he couldn't wait to go to that formation. And it cost us 2 valuable points, which we might come to regret at the end of the season.
Yeah.
I also have an issue. He's got an issue with he likes putting players out of form, if you know what I mean. When he came in, Fornals was our best player by miles, attacking player, and he left him on the bench and left him out of the squad. And now he's sort of doing the same with Bowen, where Bowen, yes, it wasn't the Championship, but he was playing for a pretty poor Hull City side. And he was scored, I think he has got 16 goals in the league, if he had a few more in the Cups. And he hasn't played 90 minutes now in over a month. Why is what is the aversion of using your best informed players? It's just, Moyes worries me. The substitutions today were wrong. I do credit him. I do take positives from the game, but taking Anderson off and putting on Haller, where, yes, Haller's not doing well, but he just doesn't give you the ball retention. Anderson, yes, he was weak, but Anderson gets you that little foul that gives you a little breather or holds on the ball. And when you put Haller on, he's just not going to give you that.
No, I do agree with you, mate. He worries me at times as well. But I've seen him that he can attack and he can go for it and he can do this and he can do that. I think he needs to be able to account now. I think all them people that are saying, like the other day we see the videos from Hammers Chat saying everyone's moaning about Moyes. Now we've seen why people are moaning about Moyes, because he has got it in him and he has got the players to to actually do something with the team and actually pick up points in this game. The Southampton game comes huge now, but it's always going to be huge. We wasn't expecting anything other than a loss tonight. I think they've done us proud. Even the manager done us proud up to a certain point, and it gives me a little bit more positivity going into the season. Ilan, thank you so much for your call, mate. We've got a couple more lining up.
I've got some news on Dave. I've got some Dave news. I've been messaging him. I've given Dave some IT support in the comments. I've showed him what he's done. I've told him he's got to press the cog and go to audio and go to his speakers. He said he's done it.
Okay. Dave.
Did you do it? The speakers?
No, he hasn't done it. This is going to be a.
Do you think that with what the Elan said about if Moyes does revert back to that 5 at the back?
If he reverts back to that 5 at the back against Southampton and we lose, he should be fucking sacked.
Yeah. It's obviously not worked, and tonight, look, we look more. We gave Liverpool a lot of chances, but we did look a bit more solid with a 4 than we do with a 5.
Right, we've got another caller in. Mario is here from Australia, I believe. Mario Kovac. Is that right?
Yep, that's right.
Is that the Chelsea player's name?
Nah, Kovacic.
Okay. What you got to say, mate? How you doing?
Yeah, good. How are you guys? I just wanted to say it's 9:30 a.m. and I have no words to say. I was on such a high and went to a low so quickly. But I'm still happy. Like, it was a good effort from the boys.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's one of them ones because, as I said, we never expected to go to Liverpool and get anything. If we come away tonight with a 4 or 5-0 defeat, that wouldn't have surprised me. So to go 2-1 up and then sort of looking at the mistakes we made, I think it just puts you on a bit of a dampener. But a draw would have been a miracle, to be quite honest.
Yeah, of course. And also, I think Souček coming off hurt us. Like, I went to the toilet and he's already coming off at like 1 minute into the second half. I don't even know what happened. But Fornals scored, of course. But Souček was just so solid defensively.
That was a big loss to him going off.
If he hadn't got injured, I would have said Noble for Fornals. I think Souček. I thought he had a brilliant game tonight before he went off. Hopefully, it's just a
we need him for Southampton.
Did you
Yeah,
guys see what happened? Like, why did he go off?
just holding his thigh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just holding his thigh. Just felt it a little bit, and he come off. It didn't look like it was hobbling, but between now, Monday, I think he should be ready for.
Yeah, he should be all right. He wasn't limping.
Fingers crossed.
Wasn't limping. No, nothing like that.
Also, if Moyes goes back to the 5 at the back, like, it's just so stupid. We've done nothing wrong attacking like this.
Yeah,
Like, we
it's,
got against Liverpool.
And that's the thing. Going into games against. Sorry, Dan. Go on, mate.
No, I was just saying we look better every time we've played before. We've looked much better.
And the thing, going into games, we've looked at attacking against Liverpool. Sorry, mate. Go on.
No, you go. I just wanted to say we look so much better when we attack, not just sitting behind the ball.
Yeah, that's it. We going forward, we looked far more positive tonight, and we look more comfortable. The players look more comfortable in the system that we play tonight than they do playing that 5 at the back.
Yeah. All right. I want you guys to get Dave in one more time. Try it again.
Bring back Dave. He said I've been chatting to him. He said his speakers aren't set up. He's
he's never going to hear us, is he? If his speakers ain't set up.
He said his speakers ain't going to set up. He's to set them up next time.
You got to
ask him if he can get a pair of headphones, Dan.
No, yeah. If he gets a pair of headphones, he can come in. Actually, that's a good point.
Ask him.
I'll get back, Dave. The Dave comments are actually killing me. I'm dying from actually the comments.
Well, anyway,
pre-recorded.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
oh no, thank you very much for coming on. Really mate. Appreciate it. Guys, once again, we've got no one lining up at the minute. If you want to have your say, just DM Dan at what have I done now? No, don't want to do that. I want to do that. We've got no one lined up at the moment. If you want to have your say, send Dan a DM. We're going to send you a link and you can come in. It's
frustrating, isn't it? It's just so frustrating because it is mistakes. Yeah, that's what we're going to revert back to. The performance was decent. We gave Liverpool a game that we weren't expecting to go there and give them, and just the mistakes again.
Yeah.
But you've got to be more like you said earlier, Nick. You're much more positive going into Southampton now than we were a couple of weeks ago or after the City game.
We are 3 subscribers away from 50,000 subscribers. 3 subscribers away. That's huge. Thank you so much for anyone that's
do it on this stream. We could do it on this stream. But I think as well, that performance, despite we've lost, the fans going into the Southampton game, I think it will give us a bit more of a lift. I think who would have saw the Man City, same performance at Man City, people would have been going down a bit more, feeling a bit more down. But hopefully, that should lift the crowd a bit more and create a better atmosphere in the stadium.
Yeah, the thing is, it'll be, we all know, as I said, it's a cup final Saturday against them. They're a decent side. It ain't going to be easy, but I just think the way we attack tonight, if we do that to them, they're not going to hold out like Liverpool. Liverpool, the way they play their defence, Southampton, Danny Ings, top form at the minute, so we've got to worry about him. But I just feel we need to take the game to them, like we did in that game against Bournemouth when we beat them. We took the game to them. We just went for it, and we need to do that. We need to get them on the back foot and get them on the back foot early.
Exactly, it shows that when we do go on, like you said, the front foot, we get the most joy. So I don't know why he has, in certain mindset, he goes, we're gonna sit back, we'll play it safe, we'll invite the pressure on. And
can't afford to do that. Can't afford to do it against Southampton. That's no disrespect to Southampton. We just can't. We're not in a position to be able to do that now. I think now we've got to throw caution to the wind and look at the games that should be winnable and just go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So Bowen is a positive. I think Bowen's a positive. Yeah. Look, still got a lot more to see of him, but what's that? What is it? 50,000. We've hit it. We've hit 50,000. Bloody.
Finally done it.
50,009. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Big thanks. That's huge. That's huge for us.
We'll announce the competition. Should we give away a T-shirt?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Go on, then I'll let you come up with something, Scott, because you're not on here often.
No, not me. Get Dan, come up, Sank.
What? You've bottled that big time. You've bottled that, mate. What we got to come up with? Like a competition?
Yeah.
On the spot.
The 60,000 subscriber. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, I think it should be. Do you think it should be like the best Dave comment?
Yeah, something like that. Elias in the room. Elias, how you doing, mate?
What we got to come up with? Like a competition? I can hear myself.
The 60,000 subscriber. He's on a lag. I'm going to remove him because he's on a big lag.
Poor guy. Who's that?
He's on a lag, mate. It's going to be we tried this with the other guy. We done a podcast with. It just doesn't work. You'd be waiting for a minute for his answer.
Bloody yeah, true, fair enough. Poor guy. Oh, gee.
What do you think when you look back defensively tonight? I know there's the errors that led to goals and things like that, and the lapse of concentration. But individually, you can't really pinpoint a mistake that a defender made.
I thought the back four were good. I think Ngakia gives a little bit more confidence as well because he gets forward as well as getting back. He looked very composed. But I thought Diop looked really good. He got another goal. That's 3 goals in 6 games for Diop. He's starting to find a bit of goal scoring form as well. I think Ogbonna was He was just his usual good self, and I thought Griswold played well.
Yeah, I'm still voting Ogbonna for player of the season at the moment for me.
I think Snodgrass will come second for me. I'll shout out to Hammer's chat in the comments. Unlucky tonight, played well. I agree, lads. But I think at the moment,
I'm going to send Gio a link. He can come in.
Yeah. It's that's the thing is you're just looking at all the positives we can take. If we found out whether Rice is suspended or not.
That's a good point. I don't think he is. I haven't seen anything.
The graphic didn't come because if he's suspended and Souček's sort of like injured, oh my god.
So you got 4 nails to come in. It's just that's the thing. You're then worrying who replaces the 2. Do you know what I mean? With Souček out, you can replace him with 4 nails because 4 nails done enough today. You're then looking if we lose 2 centre midfielders, you're going to have to look at changing the shape. How many bookings was that for Noble as well? Because he got booked tonight, didn't he?
I don't know. It didn't flash up the graphic. Look, it's the thing is with it. It's just that.
Apparently, it's not good news on Souček.
No.
Let me just check. That was the headline. It's just getting. I've just got some quotes from his thing. It looks like an adductor problem. I wish I could say it was just a precaution to take him off, but I can't. So he could miss the Southampton game.
No. Right, Elias is typical. Back. Let's see what Elias has got to say. Let's see if he's caught up.
Dave,
Stan, you're always here. Oh my God. I'm lagging a bit.
Sorry, mate. We can't wait.
Poor guy.
Gio.
Hello.
How you doing, mate?
I'm not too bad. I'm pretty happy actually, lads. How are you doing?
Do you mind if we call you Dave?
Yeah. Not bad, mate. Not bad.
I caught the end of that.
As everything going on Hammer's chat, how is the feeling tonight?
Pretty positive, to be honest with you. I feel more positive about tonight than I did against Brighton, which we got a point from. I come out of that game feeling deflated and a bit pissed off, to be honest. But proud of the boys. I thought there's a lot to be positive about. And going into the next game, we now have not only a bit of a game plan on the pitch, which is not something we really had against City. Come out of City thinking, what are we doing? What is the plan? Going into Southampton now, you can see relationships on the pitch. You can see a bit of, and most importantly for fans, we've got a bit of hope. We've got a little bit of positivity to go into the ground with against Southampton. And if you're going to score 2 at Anfield, I think you can expect to score a couple against Southampton, to be honest with you.
And we had some good. Apart from the 2, we had some good chances. Especially obviously that Bowen chance near the end. So if we can create some more chances against Southampton, and I think, like you said, it's something to be positive about.
We were much more positive when we had the ball tonight, I thought. We did a lot more with it than we did when we had it against City. It was just sort of gun it long and hope that Antonio can get there against City, where tonight we actually tried to play a bit, which for me breeds massive confidence going into the Southampton game.
We got forward in numbers. That's the main thing for me tonight. Against City, there was only like a couple of people running forward, and it's almost like the pace of the team was unbalanced against City because you had Fredericks bombing on down the right, and poor old Souček couldn't keep up with him. So by the time Fredericks got to the byline to cross it, Souček was still outside the box. But tonight, with Anderson and Ngakia getting forward as well, there was a lot more of a balance in terms of how we advanced as a team. I'm really happy tonight, actually. It's just a bit weird. I've never been this happy about a defeat before.
What did you make of the substitutions, Gio?
I was pissed off with the Haller one. In hindsight, though, at the time, I thought, "Ooh, risky." I could half understand it because I think he was trying to make up for the loss of Souček's height at set pieces. But I don't think Liverpool are the biggest side. I know they've got Van Dijk and Gomez, but after that, there's no one I really think is too troublesome in there for Fabinho, I suppose. But then we've still got Antonio, we've still got Rice, Ogbonna, and Diop. I don't think we needed to sacrifice someone in terms of our counter-attacking game in order to get that extra height in defensively. I thought that Alier's substitution killed us going forward. Instead of, if you look at the first half, I don't think Anderson was particularly good, but he was interchanging with Antonio a lot in terms of positions. They were almost taking turns to go left wing up against Trent Alexander-Arnold and let the other one have a rest. With Haller, there was none of that. Antonio had to go out and play left wing, continuously play left wing. And their last goal come from Trent Alexander-Arnold, being fast, being fresh. I think Antonio was just on his arse at that point, and he couldn't have a break because Sebastian Haller was in his resting position, if that makes sense at all. But apart from that, as it was, really.
What do you think of Ngakia today? Do you think you should pay him for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I think that's his position now. But not only is it his position, I think that I just hope Moyes sticks with back four now. There's obviously been some sort of reason he keeps going to a back five. Is it because of the right wing back situation or the right back situation? Possibly, because Fredericks ain't great defensively, so maybe he just doesn't trust Fredericks as a conventional right back. He feels he has to have him as a wing back. So I hope tonight maybe Ngakia says to David Moyes, look, trust me as your right back and stick with this back four. Have that extra guy on attacking wise because we need something. We can't keep chopping and changing between 4 at the back and 5 at the back, and only one of them's good for us, and it's not 5.
Yeah.
We need a consistent formation and a consistent actual starting 11 now, where we can start to have a consistent back four, midfield and starts. Obviously, injuries aside, but there is a lot of too much changing, I think, which is a problem.
I know we've lost. We possibly lost Souček for the next game today, and we've obviously lost Fredericks, but we're starting to get a little bit more attacking depth now. The attacking players are coming back. So Antonio's back, Fornals is back, Yarmolenko should be back next week. Anderson stepped back in. We've got enough there. I believe we've got enough there to score goals going forward. We showed it tonight. We can worry teams, and that's look. Maybe it was a bit early for Anderson the other day. Anderson, I don't think had a brilliant game. He gave the ball away a lot. He looked a little bit rusty, but he made them think. If I leave this geezer, he's gonna be gone. If he goes over the top, he'll be gone. So it made them think a little bit, and that's exactly what you said there. Because Antonio was blown out of his arse, Anderson has got the pace. He was making Trent work for his money a little bit, even though he was shit, to be honest.
But that's it. He gives that. He's got Sank in his locker. So you've always got to be aware when he's on the ball, when he's getting into positions. You've got to know where he is all the time. And it made them think. When you look back at City, we didn't have a player that had that in him in that position where he played tonight. And that's the thing. It's getting, for me, with the attacking players we've got coming back in, it's just getting the right balance of the players in there. And I think when Souček's in there, he gives that balance a bit more, that you can afford to have a bit of flair because he's going to work up and down. Where we haven't had that. We've always had sort of like Noble and Rice and then 3 or 4 flair players. And that's why I think we're in the position we're in. We haven't had the right balance. And it's frustrating if Souček does miss the Southampton game, because it would be good to see him up against, with a bit of a flair players like we saw tonight with Anderson coming in against a weaker opposition.
Yeah,
Yes.
I agree, Scott. I agree with you. It's a bit of a concern about Souček. I thought he was crucial to us, and I felt in the second half when he went off, I felt we missed his bite in the middle of the park a little bit. I thought we'd become a bit more overrun in there. It wasn't Noble's fault. He just doesn't have the legs or the physicality that Souček has. And Noble had a strange position for me in the first half. He was almost playing as a number 10, and he was running about after Gomez at one point. I thought, what are you doing? Just sitting where you are. But I don't know. I don't want to be too critical of anyone tonight because I thought they all just gave 100% really, and that's all we
Where
can
do you
ask for.
feel? Where do you stand on us now in terms of relegation? What percent are you in terms of West Ham staying up or going down?
I'm about 50-50 now, Dan, to
Yeah,
be
that's
honest with you. I cannot pick a side. I'm just going to get splinters and sit on this fence if you don't mind. But after the Brighton game, I thought we were down, and then the City game didn't really change my mind. But tonight, I've just got a bit more optimism. But it's not just tonight, though. It's the results that have gone our way this weekend as well. And what concerns me is maybe Moyes was a bit more adventurous tonight because of the results going our way. He's looked at and thought, okay, they've all lost 2 or 3-0. So if we get beat 1-0 tonight, I mean, we've got beat 3-2 tonight, and we've actually had the best result out of the bottom 5 this weekend. And I am scared that Moyes has used this as an opportunity to just go for it a little bit. And I just hope that, and even if he has, I just hope he just sticks with it and thinks, you know what, I can trust my boys on the pitch to possess an attacking threat. I don't need to have 3 centre backs because Diop and Ogbonna were that good enough. They can play in a 2. I just hope the manager's mindset changes a little bit. But I'll give him credit tonight, to be fair, boys. I don't like David Moyes. I'm one of his biggest critics, but I thought his tactics were correct. If Souček stayed on, you never know. And that's not something that you can put at his door. I do think he got the second sub wrong, though, with Anderson for earlier. But I think that was almost like not a panic sub. I think he felt he had to do something because we were starting to get a bit overrun. I just think Bowen for Anderson would have been the better sub, so we kept that flexibility up front, if you like. We just brought on someone a bit too static. But it's just one of them, innit? The Bowen thing's a bit confusing. It's a bit frustrating as well because the boy scores goals, and for all this, he's not ready. We need to give him time. We've just played Ngaki at right back in his second ever Premier League game. So all this bollocks about we've got to give him time. Well, we've not given Ngaki a time, have we? We've thrown him in.
Yeah, he's had more minutes now. He's played more minutes for us than Bowen, and Bowen at least was playing at a higher level of football than Ngaki before he played. It's weird. He's weird caution with Bowen, who we spent so much money on and signed to help us out in the relegation battle, is really bizarre. I don't get it.
Gio, thank you so much for coming on,
no
mate.
worries. Before I go, I just want to say well done on 50,000 subscribers, boys. Well deserved.
Thank you so much, Gio.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Take care, mate.
Thanks, mate. Right, let's get Elias in one more time. Elias, please don't tell me to wait. Please be ready to go.
Elias is the new Dave.
Elias? He's
Dave.
Let's get Elias. Don't tell me to wait. He's gone. Look, that's the wonder of live TV at the end of that. Final thoughts, boys, before we go.
Dave, no, I'm really, like I said, look, I've got some hope after that, but Southampton is going to tell us everything we need to know. Like until that, I see the final whistle blows on Southampton. I still don't really know how to feel. I can't trust that we're going to continue and have that consistency to take it into Southampton. But I'm glad that I was a good game of football, and I'm glad we actually showed that we do have the capability to fight. Now it's all on Moyes to make sure we carry that into the next game.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's you've got it bang on. It does. The consistency now and the performances needs to be there. Going into this game, this could make or break it. We've had a performance. We've got beat. We had a good showing of ourselves. Take that into Southampton. The attacking, a bit more attacking mindset. Get the balance right. I'm still confident we're going to stay up. I was confident we're still going to stay up.
What percentage? Give us a percent, Scott. I'm 50-50 as Gio's was as well.
I'm probably a 70-30. We're going to stay up.
Interesting.
I'm a lot more positive today than I was last week, but let's not forget we've still lost, and there's still a long way to go yet.
This is the thing. After the Bournemouth game, we won 4-0 and everyone was super positive and things are turning around, and it was just shit after that. So you can't really take one game, one performance and feel like that's an indicator for how things are going to go with this team.
That's what I said. You need the consistency in performances now. We can't. You've just got to look at. We've had a decent performance against the best team in the Premier League at the moment. You've got to stick with the same system, stick with the same players if possible. If they're not injured or not suspended, and just go for it a bit more. Be more positive in the selections. Snodgrass didn't do a lot wrong apart from the switching off for the goal, but I think Bowen should come in for him on Saturday.
Yeah.
You can't play. I don't feel like you can play just rely on Snodgrass and play him every game. Like he's same age as Noble, and I think he's a good squad player and he's a good person to have probably in a relegation battle. But let's give Bowen a start.
The thing is, he's been key to us getting goals this season, hasn't he? The amount that he's been involved in, and he's also scored himself. But I just feel that's the replacement. That's Bowen in for him. Anderson playing again. Just start the way we started tonight, depending on who's available, and just make them little changes. Bringing players in to give fresher legs, more attacking. Bowen's going to be a lot more attacking than Snodgrass is. He's because of his legs and he's younger. So it's just got to be positive going into Southampton. We can't afford to be negative and have a negative system.
Yeah, I agree. At the end of the day, attack teams like Southampton, cut out the silly mistakes, and we'll be fine. But this is West Ham. They don't do
easier said than done, mate.
Yeah, they don't do things to make it easy. We've still got some tough fixtures, including Wolves, and Southampton's going to be a tough one as well. That's not going to be easy. Then Arsenal, then Tottenham, which could be moved to the second from last game to the season. I've been hearing this morning, but it is what it is at the end of the day, and we just have to hope we get through it. What I would say before we go is, we should never be in this position. If you look at the way we performed tonight, we should never have been in this position. And there has been plenty of protesting going on tonight with the black balloons and all of that sort of stuff. They capped our allocation and then asked the Hammers United to front the cash if they wanted more people to go. They know what they're doing. They're a disgrace. Whether we go up or go down, they should leave our club. To be honest, they should be. They should. I hope the pressure doesn't stop just because we stay up and all of that. It needs to be addressed. And K41 just said, "Nick, for the love of God, get rid of that black dot." I was meant to go and do it today, but I just haven't.
Yeah, we couldn't logistically meet up, so I could give Nicky a new camera. So hopefully he'll have it for the next live stream.
But yeah, they need to leave our club. They've been an absolute disgrace for the way they. It's not about the buying the players and all that sort of stuff. Although I don't think that's that's been good. The lack of squad, the lack of infrastructure, the lack of anything to do with running a football club, to be quite honest with you. They've been an absolute disgrace for years and years and years now, let's be fair. And, they need to leave. And unless they have a major shake-up next season, it will start the same. And, we'll keep on going in this cycle until one year we're not lucky enough. But let's get this season out of the way, and then get these fuckers out of our club, because I've had enough, to be quite honest. They're killing the club. They've killed the culture. They're killing the fans. They've killed any sort of infrastructure we've got. They've killed any hope anyone's ever got. And that's it. I've had enough of the owners, and that's my final say. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match reaction. Thank you to everybody that has joined in with the live stream tonight, either on the watch-along or tonight. Thank you to everyone that's called in. Elias, I'm so sorry we couldn't get you on, my friend, because you're just so far behind that we wouldn't be able to have a conversation. It's not a good watch. Dave, fix your speakers, for God's sake.
Swear out, Dave.
We'll tweet out someone. Dan's going to pick someone to win a competition. Thank you so much for 50,000 subscribers. If you have enjoyed these live streams, there probably won't be another one for the rest of the season now. Maybe one for an away game a bit later on, but there definitely ain't going to be no more for the next couple of weeks. Please let us know on Twitter or in the comment section down below, because this is something that I want to bring in next season to make the channel more streamlined. We want to be giving you content all the time. And I've really enjoyed these. I've really enjoyed the way they go. But I must say, as much as I've enjoyed sitting here with you guys, I enjoy going to the football even more. So please, if you enjoy them, please give us a thumbs up. Give us a sub if you're new around here. And yeah, this is something we're going to be looking to implement for the whole of next season.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Looking forward to it.
Good.
Well, I'll let one of you say the outro.
Say the outro.
Yeah.
Well,
Go on,
thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, leave all your comments if you're watching this on replay and you've got it to this far. Leave all your comments below. Do subscribe and help us get to 60,000 now. And
100,000. Be positive.
Oh yeah, no, but listen, milestones. So 75,000 is the next big milestone. Then 100, onwards to 100, guys. We're not stopping. We're only going to get bigger and better. Thank you, guys, everyone who's joined us on this journey and who will join us as we go forward, lads. And one thing left to say:
come on, you irons.
Come on, you irons.